Hi folks, today we have a 2015 Dodge Grand Caravan and we are going to attempt to fix the door actuator. So we have a problem when we lock the door, it makes an awful sound and it sounds like this. Like a weird buzzing sound. So everything I've been able to find out, it's the door actuator. It's going to be an awful job to do, but we're going to take apart the door panel of the the rear sliding door on the driver's side. We're going to take it apart and switch out the actuator. So our first step for switching out the door actuator, which is at the back of the sliding door, is we've got to take the trim panel off. So that's going to be the first step. So we're going to use a spatula and screwdrivers, whatever you have. If you have the fancy door pullers, that's what you want to use. And we're going to start gently prying so that you don't mark the door trim, and gently pry it around so that we can get it off. So we're going to take out the little Torx screw in here, the small little guy. We'll have to take that out before we can remove the panel. So we got the screw out. Now we're ready to take the door panel off just by some gentle persuasion. We're going to go check out on the other side. Maybe we can get it from the back. So there's clips in the middle part. So I find it helps if you stick your hand in this hole here, the trim piece that you took off. Slide it back a little bit, and you can kind of push it back, and then now hopefully just need to lift. Or maybe not. Okay, so that was not easy to take off. It took a little bit of muscle and prying on the bottom. The only way I was able to get the trim piece to come off, close the door, pull the bottom part out, and tilt it up from the bottom, and that allowed it to come out of its little track. Now do be careful, there's wire harness that goes into the trim piece from the handle area. But other than that, you should be good to go. So this is the wire that we're going to disconnect right here. Just push down on the tab and pull. And then your door panel can come out. That's one small little tiny part of this part. So the part that we're going to change, the door actuator, is actually back here. I don't know if you can see that on the film, it's in here. So you need to take apart this panel to get off, and this is where it gets tricky and complicated. So we want to undo this wire harness here. So to unplug this connector here, the little red switch, You need to push it up from the bottom, kind of sticks up, and there's a little lever here, you push down, and it should just slide open. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, I believe, bolts to come off. Don't take these torque screws out, just the bolts around the exterior, and that should start to relieve to be able to remove the panel. One of the ones we're taking off is this little ground screw. So just take them off, remember where they came from, and you're good to go.
What size?
And it's a 10mm bolt.
Don't lose that screw.
As I said earlier, don't remove these torques. I believe that has something to do with the windings for the motor for the window, and I believe that makes a really bad job even worse if you undo those. So let's try and leave those 3 for now. We do have little pockets that are kind of hidden, so we're going to flap that down. There's another one here in the corner, and we'll need that because we need to release the window from its track. So before we do that, there's a couple bolts just on the outside end that we're going to take out first. We've loosened those screws around the trim piece, the 10 bolts or so. Now we're going to need to block the window. So we need to raise the window up and hold it in place while we take the door panel out. So I've got some cedar shims that I'm going to use. Not sure if they'll work. I think they will. And tape, because we really don't want that glass to fall. That would be really bad.
Bingo.
So we've got the little pockets down, the window's down, so we've exposed the bolt. Here's one of the bolts right here. And we're going to loosen that, and then we're going to raise the window up. We're going to see that same kind of thing over in this corner. We'll loosen that bolt, raise the window all the way to the top. Then with shims and tape, we'll block it in place, putting pressure on it so the glass doesn't fall, and keep your fingers crossed. So, I loosened the bolt on the left-hand corner, and then I couldn't get the window to go up, which was really odd. Tried to figure out everything I could as to reason why. So I plugged the door panel back in, and I guess that completed the circuit to enable the window to go up again. So we've loosened the one in the one bottom corner. Now we need to bring the window up so that we can see it in the right hand side square.
Oh man.
So now we're just going to enter a couple of shims. I'm going to do it on both sides. I don't know. Really don't want this glass to fall down. We're going to do it on both sides, in the corners, and we're also going to do up in the, put some tape in as well. Not exactly scientific. Just do it so it'll stay in there good. Ta-da!
What just
The window
happened?
stayed. We put the track down, and the window stayed up. So we've got it blocked off and taped off good enough. So that's good. Let's hope it stays there. Okay, so there's a bolt here, right underneath the hinge. We're going to take that off. There's another one down here, right here where my finger is. We're going to take that one off. That one we might do from the inside, but this one here we're going to do from the outside.
Show the screw when you're done.
So now I think we're ready, to pry gently this off. Shouldn't take much effort. Could be a little seal to it though. So this is attached to the door handle. So it basically goes on, put it on like that, and snap it on, hopefully to put it on. So to take it off, go like this, and then it just kind of pops out. And now there's another cable, this one, which I'm not too sure where that's going, but it's attached to the door latch. So I'm going to take out the 3 screws here for the door latch. See if that gives us better access. See anything else holding it, so maybe it just needs the right angle. Sometimes that's all it is. I couldn't even get it to go back to where it was if I wanted to be honest with you. Nightmare. So once you got this far, take the part that you bought, take it back to the store where you got it from, and drive it over to your local mechanic, and he'll put everything back together for you and fix it up.